It's Tuesday, October 17th, and Biden has warned Israel against occupying Gaza as the ground invasion appears likely to occur soon. And I don't believe that Israel wants to occupy Gaza. They have one purpose and one purpose only going through that country, and that's to destroy Hamas. But Hamas is hiding in tunnels all over that country and using its civilian population as protection against Israel. Now, many in Gaza have no fault with Israel, but they recognize the fact that they're caught between Israel and Hamas. And who is to blame for that? Well, the Gazans are to blame for that. They are the ones who put Hamas in power. They are the ones that elected them to be their government. So they have to pay some of the price, even though many of them are not against Israel. Many Gazans do not really hate the Israelis. But they are caught in the middle of a terrible situation. And they can't get rid of Hamas. So what are they going to do? They're stuck. And Israel has said it does not want to occupy the country of Gaza, the state of Gaza. They just want to clean it out and perhaps make the Gazans and the rest of that population understand the need for a two-state solution. But I don't know that that will happen. And I don't know if anti-Semitism that has risen is ever going to stop. So Biden asked for protection of the civilians, and the United States has been working to help them with shortages of food, water, and gas. And Biden admits that the extreme elements of Hamas don't represent all the Palestinian people. But what does that mean when they represent nothing but can do so much damage to the world? And who knows how many of those people actually have sympathies with Hamas? When you saw the invasion, when you saw the pictures of the invasion, you couldn't tell whether those people were citizens or members of Hamas. They were running through the streets, they were happy, they were cheering. So there are many Gazans who are siding with Hamas. And it's hard to separate one group from the other. So while everybody believes, at least on the Israeli side, that Israel is going after a group of people who have engaged in barbarism and a deed that is as consequential, as ugly, as horrible as the Holocaust was. Why shouldn't Israel take advantage of their situation right now and try to rid the world of this evil organization called Hamas? And let us not forget that Hamas has friends. Hamas has Hezbollah on the other side of Israel attacking. So what is going to happen? You think that this is the end? If they get rid of Hamas, that everything will be okay with Israel? No. Israel will be a target for other similar organizations to Hamas. And is Hezbollah going to stop attacking Israel? No. And is Iran going to stop funding all these terrorist groups around? No. But somebody has to step up and do something drastic, something that will open the world's eyes to what is really happening. Despite the fact that there are many who side with the Palestinians and feel sorry for those poor people, Israel didn't create their situation. They created the situation. This situation has existed since 1947. It is over 50 or 70 years, 75 years since 1947. And the Palestinians haven't come to grips with the fact fact that they could have their own state. There could be a two-state solution. But they don't want that. They want Israel gone. They want the Jews annihilated. And that is something that Israel cannot tolerate. They cannot stand by. And the rest of the world should not stand by and agree with these evil organizations like Hezbollah and Hamas and Iran. And why? Why is anti-Semitism on the rise around the world? Why? What has the Jewish population done to deserve the anger and the hatred that seems to be running through this universe that we live on? Tell me that. Can anybody answer that question? What is the cause of anti-Semitism? Because the Jews are successful? Because the Jews do work hard? They educate themselves? Is that the reason they're hated? I don't know. But always in this world, in this population, around the universe, there is always a group that needs to be on the bottom. And right now, I feel that the Jews are on the bottom because the rest of the world is against us. And that is clearly seen by the anger that the people who express sympathy for the Gazans and the Hamas have put out there with this rant of apartheid. So I'm sick and tired of hearing these threats against Israel, these threats against the Jews. We are a great people. We have done more for the universe than most other groups. But for some reason, we can't shake the hatred that exists for us. We lived through the Holocaust. We will continue to survive. So that's all I want to say on this subject. So I'll stop. And I'll continue this rant with a subject that is much funnier than the Hamas situation. This situation is taking place in Europe. Many localities and travelers are anxious about encountering unwanted critters in their hotel room. And I think the local population is having the same problem. And Paris has reported a widespread rise of bed bugs, those infamous little creatures that creep around in your bed. And they have seen these creatures in public transport, as well as the beds of many homes. And not only Paris is suffering, locations in London and the Netherlands are having a bed bug infestation. And they have issued precautionary warnings to travelers that they should inspect their rooms and not to put their suitcases on the floor because they're liable to take the bed bugs home with them. So that's what we have going on in Europe, a major infestation of bed bugs. And who would have thought that that calamity is the equal to everything else that's going on in this world? Well, it is. It's a major disaster in Europe. The bedbug invasion. And maybe the world needs something like that to take its mind off the more serious issues that are going on. So I leave you with that. And watch out. There's liable to be bedbugs in the United States soon. Take care. Bye.